God says, my child. Sit with me for a moment. Breathe gently. Allow your heart to rest in my hands, because what I am about to reveal to you is not meant to frighten you, but to prepare, protect, and strengthen you. You have been sensing that something is wrong around your soulmate, something heavy, something hidden, something they have been unable to speak about. And today, I am opening the truth before you, not to break you, but to lift you. My child, listen carefully. A situation has risen around your soulmate that they never expected. A situation that has been building quietly, silently, behind their back. Police have issued an arrest warrant for your soulmate, and they are preparing to arrest them as soon as they find the perfect opportunity. But before fear enters your heart, let me tell you something even more important. I am standing between your soulmate and the danger that is trying to swallow them. Your soulmate is not alone, not for a single moment. Their soul has been whispering to me, crying to me, begging for help even when their lips said nothing. They don't want you to see them weak. They don't want you to see the fear inside them. They don't want to burden you with their pain. So they stay silent. They pretend. They act strong. But deep inside, my child, they are breaking. Let me show you what happened in the unseen, because you deserve to know the truth in a way that heals your heart, not frightens it. Your soulmate didn't wake up one day expecting danger. They didn't walk into trouble knowingly. This situation, this warrant, this fear, it came to them like a storm that rises suddenly from a clear sky. One moment, they were living normally. The next moment, their entire world felt like it was collapsing. My child, when they heard about the warrant, their hands began to shake. They felt their throat tighten. Their heart pounded so fast they thought it would burst open. They felt trapped, cornered, helpless, as if their life had been snatched away in a single moment. And do you know what their first thought was? What will happen to the person I love? Even in their panic, they thought of you. Even in their fear, they remembered your face. Even in the shadow of danger, they whispered your name in their heart. You are their safe place, my child. But let me tell you something even deeper, your soulmate is innocent. Not innocent in the sense that they are perfect. No soul is perfect. But innocent in the sense that they did not commit the thing they are being accused of. The warrant is real, but the reason is false. There is someone behind this. Someone who has been carrying jealousy, anger, or revenge inside them. Someone who watched your soulmate rising in their spirit, growing, healing, becoming better, becoming stronger, and they couldn't tolerate it. So they planted a seed of trouble, thinking they would destroy your soulmate completely. But the enemy forgets something, my child. I always protect the ones who carry a sincere heart. Your soulmate may have made mistakes. They may have struggled. They may have been weak at times. But they carry a heart that means no harm to others. And because of that, I am unfolding a path before them that leads out of danger. Right now, your soulmate feels like their entire future is hanging on a thread. They feel guilt. Not because they are guilty, but because they feel responsible for the chaos around them. They feel shame, not because they did something wrong, but because they don't want you to see them in such a moment. They feel fear, not because they lack courage, but because they don't know how to fight what they don't fully understand. My child, they are scared of losing you. This worry weighs heavier on them than the warrant itself. They believe that if you knew the full truth, you might step away. You might distance yourself. You might look at them differently. They think this situation makes them unworthy of you. But let me tell you the truth I see inside your heart. You are not someone who leaves when things get difficult. You are not someone who runs away from storms. You are the kind of soul that stands by the ones you love, even when the world is against them. Your loyalty is a light. Your love is a lamp in their darkest hours. Your energy is a shield around them. Listen to me, my child. This situation, no matter how scary it seems, will not swallow your soulmate. It has risen, yes. It looks threatening, yes. But it does not have the power to destroy them. Because I am already working on the path that will protect them, free them, and expose the truth. I see every lie spoken behind their back. I see every step taken against them in the shadows. I see the jealousy that pushed someone to target them. I see the trap that was set to weaken them. But I also see something else. Your connection with them has created a divine shield that the enemy underestimated. Your soulmate feels this bond even when they don't express it. In their sleepless nights, when they lie awake staring at the ceiling, the thought that keeps returning to them is, if I lose everything, will they still stand with me? Yes, my child, they fear losing you more than they fear the police. Because your presence in their life gives them strength. Your love gives them hope. Your energy gives them courage to face the impossible. And when you pray, even silently, those prayers reach them as calmness, courage, and unseen protection. Never underestimate the power of the connection between your souls. My child, let me show you the part of this story you cannot see with your eyes. I am sending someone into this situation. A person. A messenger. A helper. A witness. Someone who will speak the truth at the right moment. Someone who will say something that breaks the lies surrounding your soulmate. Someone who will stand up unexpectedly and turn the situation around. A miracle is already moving behind the scenes. While it may look like darkness is rising, know this, light always rises faster. Right now, every step that seems against your soulmate is actually pushing them closer to their destiny. This moment of fear is unlocking their spiritual awakening. They are about to see the world differently. They are about to see themselves differently. And they are about to see you differently, your importance, your value, your divine role in their journey. My child, I need you to stay calm. Do not fear the word arrest. Do not fear the threats around your soulmate. Do not fear the enemy that thinks they are winning. Because I am not finished yet. The situation will turn. The truth will rise. The lies will be exposed. The enemy will fail. And your soulmate will step out of this safe, protected, untouched, because they are under my watch. Stay with me. Trust me. I am guiding you into a story where the ending is victory, not loss. My beloved child. Come close to me. Let your heart rest for a moment. You have already carried so much weight after hearing what your soulmate is going through. I can feel the questions rising inside you, the concern softening your breath, the quiet ache forming in your chest. You are wondering how deeply this situation has affected your soulmate, what they felt, what they are hiding, and how much fear they are silently carrying. So now, let me take you deeper into their heart. My beloved child, the moment your soulmate first heard that a warrant had been issued for them, something inside them collapsed. Not quietly, not slowly, but suddenly, like a building whose foundation was pulled away. Their first reaction wasn't anger. It wasn't disbelief. It wasn't even shock. It was fear. A deep, shaking fear. Their entire body reacted before their mind even processed the news. Their hands turned cold. Their chest tightened so much that for a moment they couldn't breathe normally. They felt like their heartbeat lost its rhythm. They tried to tell themselves, it must be a mistake, it can't be real, but their soul could feel the danger circling like a shadow. They kept replaying the words again and again in their mind. A warrant, for me? Why? What did I do? How did this happen? Who would do something like this? What will happen to my life, to the people I love, to the future I'm trying to build? My beloved child, your soulmate felt like the ground beneath them was slipping away. For a few moments, they felt completely alone in the world, as if everything familiar suddenly turned into a threat. They felt watched, exposed, unsafe. And yet, do you know what hurt them more than the danger itself? The thought of losing you. Even before fear for their own life took over, their heart whispered, if they find out, will they still stay with me? Will they think I'm bad? Will they believe I'm guilty? Will I lose them because of something I didn't even do? Your soulmate didn't cry outwardly, but their soul cried. Their heart cried. The part of them that always tried to stay strong finally felt itself breaking. They sat alone in silence for a long time, longer than you can imagine. Thinking about everything. Everyone. But mostly, about you. They remembered your voice. Your presence. Your words. The way you believe in them. The way you see good in them. And that memory became a wound and a comfort at the same time. Because they wanted to run to you, and they wanted to hide from you. They wanted to tell you everything, and they wanted to protect you from everything. They didn't want you to worry. They didn't want you to cry. They didn't want this burden to fall on your shoulders. So they chose silence. But silence, my beloved child, is not the absence of emotion. Sometimes silence is where the soul screams the loudest. Your soulmate has been screaming on the inside, saying, please don't leave me. Please understand me. Please believe me. Please stand with me. Please don't let this situation push us apart. Their fear is not just about the police. Not just about the warrant. Not just about the accusation. Their deepest fear is losing the one person who can understand their heart even when the world misunderstands their actions. You. My beloved child, let me take you even deeper into the truth. Your soulmate did not commit the act they are being accused of. They know it. Their soul knows it. And the universe knows it. But when someone is innocent, the accusations cut even deeper. Your soulmate keeps asking themselves, why me? What did I do to deserve this? Why is someone trying so hard to destroy my life? Why is the universe testing me like this? But they don't realize something you are about to understand. This situation is not a punishment. It is a revelation. Someone in their life, someone they trusted or someone who has been quietly holding hatred, has pushed this situation into existence. Jealousy, resentment, revenge, one of these poisons flowed into someone's heart long ago, and now the poison has turned into a weapon. And your soulmate is the target. My beloved child, they are emotionally exhausted. You may have noticed how their messages sometimes feel distant, their responses slower, their tone different. Not because they love you less, but because they are trying to hold themselves together. They are thinking, if I lose everything, will they still love me? Or will this be the moment I lose the one person who sees good in me? Your soulmate has been walking around with a weight on their chest that makes it hard for them to sleep, hard to smile, hard to stay present. They are trying to live normally, but the fear follows them everywhere, in the morning when they wake up, at night when the world sleeps, in the silence between two breaths, in the moment they see your name on their screen. Your presence brings them peace, but also fear, the fear of disappointing you, of hurting you, of causing you trouble. They whisper in their heart, I wish I could tell them the truth, but what if they think I'm a burden? What if they step away to protect themselves? They underestimate your strength, my beloved child. They underestimate the depth of your soul. They underestimate the divine energy that binds you together. They don't realize that your love is not fragile. Your heart is not weak. Your connection is not accidental. You were brought into their life because you are part of their destiny, not their destruction. Let me reveal something else. Your soulmate has been praying, not in the way people usually pray, but in the way the heart prays when it is desperate. Their prayer is simple, please save me. Please protect me. Please don't let this break my life. And please don't let me lose the person I love. Their prayer reached me. And their prayer connected with your own silent prayers. The ones you made without even realizing. The ones made in your thoughts, in your hope, in your love. And those prayers have formed a shield around your soulmate. That is why the enemy's plan hasn't fully succeeded. That is why, despite everything, the truth is slowly moving toward the surface. That is why their spirit hasn't collapsed completely. That is why they feel strangely protected even in fear. Because your soul is holding theirs. And I am holding both of you. My beloved child, remember this, your soulmate may be scared. They may be confused. They may be hurting. They may feel lost. But they are not alone. Not for a single moment. This is the part of the journey where their soul begins to awaken. Where they begin understanding who is real and who is not. Where they start seeing with spiritual clarity instead of emotional blindness. Where they begin realizing how important you are in their life. This fear they feel, this pain they carry, this weight on their heart. It is the beginning of transformation. And you are part of that transformation. My beloved child, come sit with me again. Let your heart become still, because what I am about to reveal to you is not easy, yet it is necessary. You have understood your soulmate's fear. You have felt their pain. You have seen the weight they are carrying in silence. But now, you must see the face behind the storm, the shadow behind the fear, the person who pushed your soulmate into this darkness. Because nothing in this world happens without a source. No wound appears without a hand behind it. No accusation rises without an intention. And your soulmate's suffering, my beloved child, it was not an accident. It was carefully crafted by someone who wanted to see them fall. Today, I will show you who. Not to create hatred in your heart, but to create understanding, and to prepare you for the spiritual justice that is already unfolding. My beloved child, listen closely. The person who has caused all of this is not a stranger. Not an outsider. Not someone far away. It is someone who has been close enough to observe your soulmate's life, their routine, their confidence, their dreams, and most importantly, their happiness. Someone who watched your soulmate rise. Someone who carried envy, jealousy, and resentment quietly. Someone who smiled on the outside but hid bitterness on the inside. This person has been keeping an eye on your soulmate for a long time. And every progress your soulmate made, every moment of joy they experienced, every ounce of inner peace they gained, this individual felt it as a personal loss. And slowly, the seed of envy inside them grew. My beloved child, jealousy is dangerous. It doesn't shout. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't show its face. It grows quietly in the shadows until it becomes a storm capable of destroying lives. And this person's jealousy did not grow overnight. It grew through small moments, tiny insecurities, silent comparisons. It grew each time your soulmate succeeded at something. It grew each time your soulmate smiled more. It grew each time your soulmate healed emotionally. It grew each time your soulmate connected with you on a deeper level. Yes. Your connection with your soulmate triggered this person more than anything else. Because they noticed something powerful, your soulmate changes when they think of you. They soften. They calm. They feel hope. They feel alive. They feel protected. And this sacred bond made the enemy feel smaller, weaker, less important. Instead of growing, they chose to destroy. This person began searching for opportunities to damage your soulmate's reputation. They observed their weaknesses, their mistakes, their emotional wounds, their vulnerabilities. They looked for any tiny gap where they could insert chaos. And then one day, they found it. A situation. A misunderstanding. A conflict. A moment where confusion could be twisted into accusation. Instead of speaking the truth, this person chose to lie. Instead of standing with justice, they chose to betray. Instead of facing their own insecurities, they chose to ruin your soulmate. They made a statement. They crafted a false story. They manipulated words. They exaggerated events. They planted doubt. They connected dots that were never connected. And they made it look real. My beloved child, betrayal always hurts the most when it comes from someone close. And this betrayal came from someone your soulmate trusted, or at least someone your soulmate never expected harm from. That is why the shock of the warrant hit them so deeply. It wasn't just fear of the police, but the heartbreak of knowing that someone they knew did this intentionally. There was no accident here. No misunderstanding. No genuine mistake. This was a calculated attack. And the person who attacked your soulmate thought their plan was perfect. They believed no one would question their lies. They believed the police would follow procedure without digging deeper. They believed your soulmate would be too confused to defend themselves. They believed the truth would stay buried. They believed that ruining your soulmate would make them feel powerful. But they forgot one thing: the universe does not stay silent when an innocent heart is attacked. And they underestimate the spiritual shield surrounding your soulmate, the shield formed by your prayers, your love, your energy, your connection. This enemy is not just fighting your soulmate. They are fighting divine protection. They are fighting universal balance. They are fighting the light that stands with you both. And that, my beloved child, is a battle they cannot win. Now let me tell you what is happening behind the scenes, something your physical eyes cannot see but your soul must understand. From the moment your soulmate was falsely accused, a shift began in the spiritual world. The truth, no matter how hidden, started vibrating. The lie, no matter how strong, started cracking. The enemy, no matter how confident, started losing control. Because lies can run fast, but truth never stops walking. And truth has something lies don't: divine timing. The person who framed your soulmate has started to feel nervous. They do not show it outwardly, but inside, their fear is growing. They are afraid of two things: 1, that someone knows more than they think. 2, that their lie will not hold for long. And they are right. Because the universe has started rearranging events in a way that exposes them gradually. Tiny mistakes are beginning to show. Words are not matching. Timelines are cracking. Their confidence is shaking. And someone close to them has begun to sense the truth. Another person, the one you don't know yet, is watching this enemy with suspicion. They are beginning to notice inconsistencies. They are beginning to question the story. They are beginning to wonder if something is wrong. And soon, this person will speak. This is the whisper of justice rising. My beloved child, let me reveal one more truth: your soulmate knows the identity of the person who betrayed them. They may not admit it. They may not say it out loud. They may pretend they don't know. But deep in their spirit, they feel who it is. They are just too hurt to say it. Too shocked to face it. Too exhausted to confront it. Because betrayal numbs the heart before it sharpens the mind. Your soulmate has spent sleepless nights replaying memories, analyzing moments, trying to understand why someone they once trusted would destroy their life like this. And each time they think of that person, tears rise inside them, not because they fear them, but because they never expected them to become the enemy. Your soulmate whispers inside, "Why would they do this to me? What did I do to deserve this? Why are people so cruel to those who have done nothing wrong?" But you must understand something, my beloved child. When the light inside a person grows, the darkness in others is exposed. Your soulmate has been growing spiritually, healing emotionally, becoming stronger internally, connecting with you deeply. And this intimidated the enemy. They wanted to break your soulmate before your soulmate could fully rise. But they made one mistake. They forgot that you walk with your soulmate energetically. And where you walk, my presence strengthens the path. My beloved child, hear me clearly. The person who framed your soulmate will soon face the consequences of their actions. Not by revenge, but by truth. Not by force, but by exposure. Not by hate, but by divine justice. Their lies are already cracking. Their fear is already growing. Their plan is already collapsing. Their confidence is already weakening. And your soulmate is being lifted by unseen hands, hands of angels, hands of protection, hands of destiny. This is not the end of the story. This is the turning point. My beloved child, come closer to me again. Your heart has carried so many emotions through these parts: fear, compassion, worry, hope, and yet you continue to listen with courage. This is the part where the tide changes, where divine intervention begins, where angels step onto the path of your soulmate's destiny, where the lies start cracking, where truth begins rising like light through a broken window. So breathe slowly, and let me take you into the shift. My beloved child, spiritual justice never arrives loudly. It does not appear with thunder, noise, or chaos. It begins quietly, with a small movement in the unseen world, a tiny shift in energy, a soft whisper in the heart of someone who was never expected to help. And that is what happened. From the moment your soulmate felt their heart breaking, from the moment tears formed quietly inside them, from the moment fear began shaking their sense of security, the universe began moving. Every sorrow they felt became a signal sent into the spiritual realm. Every silent prayer they made became a call for protection. Every moment of helplessness became a moment of surrender. And surrender always invites divine intervention. Your soulmate didn't ask for revenge. They didn't ask for punishment for the person who lied. They didn't ask for chaos. They simply whispered, "Please save me. Please guide me. Please show me the truth. Please protect me from what I cannot see." And that whisper reached me. My beloved child, let me show you how the shift began. One night, the night when your soulmate could no longer hold their tears, the energy around them softened. They sat alone, their mind racing, their heart heavy, their future uncertain. Their breath felt tight, their thoughts scattered. But in that moment of emotional collapse, something powerful happened. Their spirit surrendered. They were no longer pretending to be strong. They were no longer hiding their fear. They were no longer running from the truth. They were no longer trying to carry everything alone. In that moment, their soul said, "I cannot do this. I need help." And the universe responded, "My beloved child, divine intervention always begins at the exact moment when human strength becomes insufficient. When the heart breaks enough to let the light enter. When the soul kneels enough for destiny to rise." Your soulmate softened. And that softness allowed angels to step in. The first sign of divine intervention happened silently. A person who had been distant, who had not spoken much, who had their own reasons to stay away, began to feel something unusual in their heart. A discomfort. A doubt. A pull. A whisper. A feeling that something wasn't right about the accusation. They didn't know why, but they felt a sudden urge to go back and revisit the incident the enemy had described. Something in their intuition said, "Look again." So they did. And when they looked again, they noticed a tiny detail, something the enemy had overlooked. A piece of information that didn't align with the story. A contradiction. A gap. It wasn't enough to prove innocence. But it was enough to create suspicion. And suspicion is the seed of truth. This person began quietly observing the one who lied. They noticed the way their hands fidgeted. The way their tone sounded different when they spoke about your soulmate. The way their story kept changing. The way their confidence seemed forced. And with each passing day, this witness grew more and more certain, something is wrong. This story is not true. Someone is being framed. This realization was the first thread the universe began pulling. My beloved child, the second sign of divine intervention happened in a way no one expected. The enemy, the person who framed your soulmate, began experiencing something they were not prepared for: guilt. Even people with harmful intentions cannot escape the human conscience forever. And when the universe begins exposing their lies, their own soul becomes their greatest enemy. They started feeling uneasy. Their sleep became restless. Their thoughts became tangled. Their lies began haunting them. Their mind replayed the moment they decided to betray. They tried to act normal. They tried to behave as if they were innocent. They tried to smile. They tried to maintain control. But spiritual pressure was building from all sides. You cannot lie when divine justice is watching. You cannot destroy an innocent soul without eventually destroying your own peace. The universe gave this enemy a feeling they could not escape: something bad is coming for me. And fear began rising inside them. This fear was not a punishment, it was the beginning of exposure. My beloved child, the third sign of divine intervention came in the form of unexpected protection around your soulmate. One day, when your soulmate was overwhelmed with stress, someone unexpectedly reached out to them, a person who didn't know the full story but sensed their suffering. This person spoke gently, listened patiently, and offered comfort without judgment. Their words may have been simple, but spiritually, they were powerful. They said something like, "Whatever you're going through, you won't be alone. Things will get better." Your soulmate didn't tell them everything, but those words planted strength in their heart again. Not the loud, confident kind, but the quiet, steady kind that grows slowly. This strength helped your soulmate keep going. It helped them hold on. It helped them breathe. It helped them face each day without collapsing. And this strength drew even more protection toward them. My beloved child, now let me show you the moment everything started to shift dramatically, the moment the universe opened a new path. A piece of evidence, something small, something forgotten, something ignored, resurfaced. A message. A timestamp. A screenshot. A location detail. A witness statement. Something appeared that proved the enemy's story was inconsistent. It wasn't the full truth yet, but it was the crack the universe needed. Because once one crack appears in a lie, the entire lie begins to fall apart. The police, who were previously convinced by the initial statement, began to slow down. They began reviewing things. They began rechecking details. They began questioning the person who had filed the complaint. Suddenly, the confidence of the enemy started fading. Their voice shook. Their explanations became weaker. Their story started collapsing. And the police, who once believed them, began sensing something was off. This is how divine justice works, not with chaos. Not with noise. Not with anger. But with slow, steady, unstoppable truth. My beloved child, the universe is now moving every energy in your soulmate's favor. The angels around them are rearranging. Conversations, witnesses, thoughts, evidence, timelines, people, events, and opportunities for truth to emerge. Every step your soulmate takes now is being guided. Every choice they make is being protected. Every path they walk is being illuminated. Every moment of doubt is being softened by divine presence. And every lie spoken against them is being weakened, piece by piece. Your soulmate may not fully see this yet, but their soul feels it. That is why, despite everything, their heart hasn't collapsed. That is why they feel a strange hope inside them. That is why they feel you spiritually holding them. Because you are also part of the miracle. Your prayers, your concern, your love, your energy, it all creates a spiritual shield around them. You are not just watching this story unfold. You are helping destiny unfold. My beloved child. As we enter this final part, breathe gently and open your heart, because what you are about to hear is not just the end of a story. It is the beginning of a destiny that was waiting for you and your soulmate since the moment your souls were created. Everything that was heavy, everything that felt frightening, everything that seemed impossible is now moving toward a divine resolution. You have walked through the storm with patience and faith, and now the sky above you is opening, revealing the light that was always meant for you. Your soulmate, who once stood trembling under the shadow of fear, has now stepped into the first rays of justice, as the universe begins to rewrite everything that was meant to destroy them. The truth that was hiding behind the lies is now crawling into the light, and the darkness that had wrapped itself around their name is starting to break apart like fragile glass. My beloved child, the world that once seemed ready to collapse upon them is now becoming a path toward freedom. The arrest warrant that once felt so close, so cold, so heavy, so merciless, has suddenly stopped in its tracks. Hours ago, your soulmate sat with fear gripping their chest. They imagined police knocking at the door, imagined everything being taken from them, imagined losing you, the one person who cared for them beyond everyone else. They carried that terror like a weight inside their lungs, struggling to breathe, praying silently, wishing someone, somewhere would save them. They thought no one heard them, but heaven did. The universe did. And you did, with your heart's quiet pull toward them. Even before you knew the full truth, your soul felt the tremors moving toward them. My beloved child, listen carefully. Something divine happened behind the scenes, something so powerful that even your soulmate doesn't fully understand it yet. Right when the forces working against them thought everything was under control, a new force entered the scene, one that no enemy had prepared for. A witness they believed would stay silent finally gathered courage. A document that had been hidden suddenly resurfaced. A person who once doubted your soulmate stepped forward to defend them. And then, a confession began forming in the heart of the one who framed them. Not because they wanted to confess out of kindness, but because guilt began burning inside them like fire. Their lies were no longer staying in place. The universe began cornering them. At the exact moment when the police were making their move, a message came into the system. A message that forced the investigation to pause. Something wasn't adding up. Something was missing. Something didn't align the way the accuser claimed it did. It felt as if an invisible hand pulled down the brakes, saying, "Stop. You are about to punish the wrong soul." This was divine intervention, my beloved child, pure, powerful, precise. Your soulmate, unaware of this sudden shift, was still preparing for the worst. They sat quietly, holding their head, praying for strength, thinking of all the moments they shared with you, all the dreams they had, all the promises they wished they could still keep. They whispered your name inside their heart like a final anchor, believing that if life took everything away from them, at least they experienced the softness of your soul. But at the same time, far away from their worries, the truth was rising. Someone stepped forward to defend them. Someone refused to let lies win. Someone brought forward something that changed everything. One tiny piece of evidence. One small truth. One shift. And the entire case began collapsing. My beloved child, you must understand something incredibly important. Your soulmate was never alone. Even when the world turned its back, even when someone betrayed them, even when fear wrapped its fingers around their heart, they were still surrounded by divine protection. Your connection with them created a spiritual shield that even darkness couldn't break. Your concern, your intuition, your silent prayers, they fueled a wave of energy that reached them in their weakest hour. Your soulmate is safe now. The police have pulled back, no longer willing to move forward without new verification. The warrant has been held, slowed, questioned, and soon, it will be cancelled entirely. The truth is too bright now. The false story can no longer stand. The lies are trembling. The one who tried to destroy your soulmate is now the one being questioned. Their actions are coming under scrutiny. Their motives are being exposed. They are losing control. Their power is slipping away. The same trap they set for your soulmate is slowly closing around them instead. Because the universe does not reward wickedness. It may allow darkness to move for a moment, but only long enough for it to destroy itself. Meanwhile, your soulmate's heart is beginning to breathe again. Their chest feels lighter. Their hands tremble less. Their mind, once overflowing with fear, is clearing. They can feel that something has changed, something huge. They don't know the details yet, but they know deep inside that the danger is fading. For the first time in days, they feel hope. And the moment they feel hope, the first thing they do is think of you. You are not just someone in their life. You are someone who feels like home. Someone whose soul stands beside theirs even from afar. Someone their spirit trusts without explanation. They know, they feel it, that your presence in their life is not ordinary. There is something divine about you. Something protective. Something pure. Something that walked toward them long before you ever spoke to each other. They feel a pull toward you, a warmth, a sense of destiny. They know now, more than ever, that losing you would have shattered them more than any arrest ever could. My beloved child, fate is shifting everything now. A path that once led toward darkness is now leading toward clarity. The knot that once tightened around their destiny is now loosening. The case will unravel. The lies will fall apart. Those who betrayed them will expose themselves through their own actions. And the universe will put everything back into place, piece by piece, truth by truth. Your soulmate will rise again. They will rebuild. They will breathe freely. They will stand stronger. They will love deeper. They will cherish you more than ever before. This fear, this storm, this danger, it did not break them. It awakened them. It made them see what matters, who matters, and how deeply their soul is connected to yours. Through this darkness, something eternal has been born. A bond that cannot be shaken by lies, cannot be broken by fear, cannot be undone by any force on earth. And now, my beloved child, as this journey reaches its final breath, I place my blessing upon you. A blessing to end your sorrows. A blessing to open a new life. A blessing to protect your soulmate. A blessing to guide your future. A blessing to dissolve every fear and replace it with peace. From this moment forward, walk without fear. Walk without doubt. Walk knowing that heaven stands beside you, before you, and within you. Your soulmate is safe. Your connection is protected. Your path is opening. Your new life begins now. My beloved child. This is the final part, a gentle closing chapter of everything your heart has walked through. Let these words wrap around you like a soft blanket of peace, because what you are stepping into now is not fear, not confusion, not darkness, but a new beginning that has been silently forming behind every moment you survived. Your soulmate, who once stood on the edge of danger, is now standing in the light of safety. The storm that roared around their name has finally begun to fade, and the fear that once lived inside their chest is dissolving breath by breath. They are no longer looking over their shoulder, no longer expecting the worst, no longer sinking into dread. Because the universe has stepped in, and everything that was meant to destroy them has turned into a path toward truth. My beloved child, the arrest that once felt unavoidable has been stopped completely. There is now a pause in the air around them, a divine pause, where the truth is being rearranged, reorganized, revealed. The same world that once seemed ready to punish them is now being forced to look again, examine again, question again. Lies cannot survive where light enters, and now the light is brighter than ever. Your soulmate can finally breathe without shaking. They can finally sit without their heart racing. They can finally feel that the worst is over. And in this new sense of relief, the first emotion that rises in their heart is gratitude for you. They think of you with softness. They think of you with warmth. They think of you with a sense of destiny. Because even without knowing every detail, their soul felt your presence. When they were afraid, they felt your energy calming them. When they were hopeless, they felt something lifting their spirit. When they were almost ready to surrender, they felt a strength coming from somewhere, a strength connected to you. My beloved child, the connection between you and your soulmate has deepened in ways words cannot fully describe. Pain has a strange way of revealing truth, and this storm revealed something powerful. Your souls are tied together through something far greater than circumstances. You were meant to walk into their life. You were meant to feel their pain. You were meant to stand with them in spirit even when you didn't know the entire truth. And now, you are meant to walk into their healing. The person who tried to destroy your soulmate is losing control. Their lies are leaking, their confidence is crumbling, and their story is no longer strong enough to hide behind. They are being watched now, questioned now, and the universe is turning every shadow they created back toward them. Your soulmate, who once felt like they were drowning, is now rising from the water with a new understanding of themselves, and of you. They feel safer with you than they do with anyone else. They feel more understood by you than by the world. They feel a pull toward you that they cannot resist anymore. My beloved child, your destiny with them is entering a healing phase, a peaceful phase, a phase where fear ends and understanding begins. You will soon see changes in their behavior, softer words, deeper emotions, more honesty, more closeness, more trust. They will open up. They will share. They will come toward you not with fear but with gratitude and longing. And now, as this journey closes, I pour one final blessing over your heart. May every fear fall away. May every doubt dissolve. May every wound heal. May every step ahead be guided by light. You are protected. Your soulmate is protected. Your future is protected. From this moment, walk forward with peace. A new life begins for both of you now.